welcome, and happy Friday. I hope you guys had a great week and you're having a good start to your Friday. I'm so very excited to start our project today. What we're going to do today is learn some new drawing techniques, and I can't wait to see all the amazing things you're going to do with these new techniques and ways of learning to draw. So, before we get started, I don't have any announcements. Just keep on sending me pictures of your work so I can see all the awesome things you're creating. And I'm so proud of everything you've been doing so far. This has been so much fun. I love getting to do art in our very own homes, making all sorts of things every day. Been having a great time with you guys. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to learn about value scales. Everyone say value scale. Great. So a value scale, well, first of all, let's talk about what value means. If you don't know what value means, it just means how light or how dark something is. So it's how light or how dark something is. And in our drawings, it's helpful to learn about value because sometimes we like to add different shading and different lighting in our drawings that we're looking at, because when we draw from observation, like we've done in our past projects, sometimes there's dark spots and light spots and medium spots of what we're looking at, and you want to be able to add all those different values and lightings to what you're making. So we're going to learn about some different ways of doing that right now. So we're going to take a look at what a value scale looks like, and we're going to practice making some different values, which means different versions of light and dark. Let's take a look. An example of what a value scale looks like. There are 4 different examples of techniques of making value scales. These are some new vocab words that we're about to learn. Let's say them together. Everyone say hatching. Great. Second one, everyone say cross-hatching. Great. Everyone say stippling. Great. That's the third one. Now the last one, everyone say blending. Beautiful. So hatching is made up of lots of straight lines going in one direction. And you can see in the close-up of what the pencil looks like, there's straight lines going in one direction. And now the next one, cross-hatching, is made up of lots of lines going in different directions. So lines one way and then lines crossed over another way. The third one, stippling, is made up of lots of little dots. And as you can see in all of them, it goes from white to black. White being the lightest value and black being the darkest value. And the last one we have here, blending. And this one goes from white to black again, and it's made up of smoothed together pencil. So it looks blended all together, and it smoothly transitions from white to black. So we're going to make our very own value scales right now, and then we are going to practice an observational drawing with these new techniques. So let's practice making our own value scale. And we're going to practice doing just what we see on the screen right now. You're going to make 4 sections, 1 for hatching, 1 for cross-hatching, 1 for stippling, and 1 for blending. You'll make the little lines for each box, and then we're going to shade them in using these 4 different techniques. So now would be a great time to pause the video, grab your paper and your pencil. If you don't have pencil, you could use pen. Whatever paper you have at home works great for this. Doesn't matter what kind of paper. Any material you have at hand. And then keep the video paused so that you can copy the value scale outline onto your paper. So what you're doing right now is you're copying what you see on the screen and making your outline for your value scale. So you're going to make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes in each section. And there's 4 sections. 1 section, 2 section, this is the 3rd section, and the 4th. You're just copying down those boxes, and you're going to label each section. So first section is hatching, second section cross hatching, third section stippling, and fourth section blending or shading. So once you're done creating your outline for your value scale, you can press play and we will work alongside each other and make our very own value scales and start to fill in each box with the different values. Guys, so now that you've created your value scale outline, you've made your boxes and you've labeled them hatching, cross hatching, stippling, and blending, dash shading, we're now going to begin to fill them in. And there's no perfect way or perfect formula to create these value scales. This is practice for you, and this will be helpful in your future drawing to make different light and dark parts of your drawing. And it's a cool way to learn how to shade in or fill in your awesome art and drawings. So now I'm going to work alongside with you creating my value scale. And when we're done with our value scales, we're going to use one of these techniques that we're about to practice right now to create a drawing. So let's practice these value techniques and then we'll work on our very own drawings. So hatching. Hatching, the first one is just lines going in one direction. So I'm going to make my lines go diagonal. Oh, I made a mistake. And you don't have to do this with a pencil, that's just what I'm doing. So the first value is the lightest value. It's pretty much white. Next value is going to get a little darker, so I think I'm going to add some extra lines in there to show that it's a little darker than the first one. The next value is even darker because we're slowly getting to the darkest shading, so I'm going to add even more lines. And I'm also going to start to press a little harder with the pressure on my pencil so my lines get a little darker. Now I'm going to press even harder to make even more lines as I get to the darkest value. And you don't have to draw right inside the box. See, I'm getting outside the box a little. It's totally okay. And my lines are just going to keep getting darker as I move towards the darkest or black value. And the second to last one should be almost black or almost completely filled in with your pencil. But not completely because it's not black. It's one step away from black. Okay, now I'm on the last box, which is black. And I'm just going to completely shade it in because this is my darkest value. So I shouldn't see any white of the paper. Awesome. So now I have my first technique of shading hatching, which is all one direction lines. And it goes from white all the way down and slowly gets darker and darker until we get to black, the darkest value. And now I'm going to do the same thing with cross hatching. And that just means my lines are crossing over on each other. I realize I might have shaded a little too much on this one because I want it to be white. So I might just erase it and add a little less lines. There we go. So now, since we're on cross hatching, my lines are crossing over one another, right? That's the only difference between hatching and cross hatching. Cross hatching, just like in the name, crosses. The lines cross each other. Now I'm starting to press a little harder with my hand because I'm getting toward the darker values. Crossing and crossing and crossing and crossing until I get to the black value. There we go. So that's my second technique. Now I'm going to move on to stippling, which is lots and lots of dots. This one definitely takes the longest because dots don't take up a lot of room, so you gotta keep making dots and dots and dots. So many dots. Lots and lots and lots of dots. And I'm trying to press a little harder as I get darker and darker with my dots so that I can make a darker value. Okay. And now this one does take a really long time because we got to get it to this value. We got to get it to be black, but dots take more time to do. So I'm gonna skip this box just for this video's sake, but you don't have only 30 minutes. You have as much time as you need to finish these. So I'm gonna go on to blending. So blending, we want to make it a smooth transition to each new color, each new value. So I'm shading it really my pencil so that you almost can't even see the transition. It's so smooth. And as I go to the darker values, remember, I'm using my pencil a little harder. I'm pressing more and more pressure as I get to the darker values. I sharpen my pencil. I'm pressing so hard that I lost my tip of my pencil. Taking a sharpening break. Oops. All right. My very last value is going to be the darkest, 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 darkest. I'm pressing with all my pressure to create the darkest value. All right. So there you have it. There is my value scale with different examples, a different technique. I got hatching, cross-hatching, stippling, and blending or shading. And as you can see, I created the same type of values with each technique, but I used my pencil in a different way. So now, here comes the challenging part. If you need more time to work on your value scales and you haven't finished filling in your boxes, you can pause this video, and when you're done and ready to continue, you can press play. So now, what we're gonna do is pick one of the techniques that you just learned in practice to use with a drawing. So you're gonna make a drawing. I'll say, let's make an observational drawing. So pick an object, any object. I'm gonna look at this coffee mug, and that's what I'm gonna draw. Doesn't matter what object. Pick an object, put it in front of you, pick one of these techniques, and you're gonna use that technique to draw the object in front of you. So, I picked my coffee cup. Now I'm gonna look at my coffee cup, and I choose cross-hatching. I'm gonna use cross-hatching lines to shade in my coffee cup. Here we go. First I'm gonna draw the outline of my coffee cup, just so I know how I want to fill it in. If you are having trouble picking an object to draw, you can pause this video and come back once you have your object and you're ready to begin drawing it. Just made a little outline, just with lines, drew my coffee cup. Now I'm going to use my cross-hatching technique, but you don't have to use cross-hatching. You can use any of the techniques for shading and adding value that you just practiced, whichever one you want to try. And I chose cross-hatching, and now I am going to start to shade in my coffee cup using that technique. Now I'm going to grab a pen just because I want to mix it up. So I'm doing cross hatching, so that means my lines need to cross over one another. I'm just looking at where the darker parts of the cup are, and where I see more shadow and more dark values, I'm adding more lines so that it looks darker in value and in light. I'm turning the paper as I go because it's helping me make lines in different directions. So I'm just looking right now. I'm just really focused on the light and the dark parts of my mug that I'm slowly shading in with all my cross-hatching lines. So I noticed that my cup was lighter in the middle, so I didn't add as much lines in there. And I noticed that my cup was a little darker on the sides from the shadow. So I added lots of little lines so that I made that darker value all on the sides. So just like we've done in the past, as you're working, notice what's happening. Notice all the different values that you've created in your drawing as you're filling in your object that you're drawing with different technique shadings that we just learned. Notice what's going well so far, and notice what's been challenging for you. It's always good to take a step back and acknowledge what we've done so far, and notice what we could do next, or notice what we want to do next to make our work feel a little more finished to us. What are some next steps that you want to take? Just sit back and look at what you've done so far. Think to yourself, what are some next steps that you would like to take in order to make your drawing feel more finished? Do you want to add more dark values? Are there enough lines? Maybe you need to add some more lines in. What is it that you feel your drawing still needs? Or do you feel like you're getting close to finished? If you do feel like you're getting close to finished, what's going well for you? What do you feel is making your drawing almost complete or finished? I'm going to continue working now that I've thought about the things that I want to do next with my coffee cup that I'm making. But I'm feeling almost finished with it. I'm feeling pretty close to done. And of course, if you need more time, when this video is over, you can always continue working when the video ends. We have about 1 more minute left together in this video. You can definitely work more on your own. And if you finished making your first observational drawing with one technique, try another technique and draw something new. Or draw the same thing again. Practice is always a great thing as an artist. Alright guys, we're coming to the end of our video, but that was super fun. I hope you enjoyed learning about these new value techniques and had fun shading in your observational drawing. I am so excited to see what you did today. Remember to upload a photo of your work on Google Classroom so I can see what you did and I can talk with you about your wonderful artwork. High five, you guys. Give me a big high five. Really great job today. I'm so proud. I had so much fun. I hope you had fun. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on Monday. Great job, you guys. Bye.